Hello everyone. Yes, today I have Eckhart talking about, and I really need to, and I have to, and I want to talk more about it in the end as well, about this misused mind or brain or a thinking apparatus, thinking machine that we all have. And we all use, well, almost all, I mean, not all of course, but all, let's say that, well, most of the people that are around me and around you probably too, and even yourself, and myself, not using it correctly as it is meant to be. Yeah, it's a little bit frustrating, to be honest, if I think about it, that we are misusing this brain, this thinking machine all the time again, because I realize that so many times during the day that I do that, I trap myself, that oh, not again. What am I thinking here? What? Yeah, and you have actually a very good, bright sensor who is sensing if you thinking something wrong. If your brain is not in the correct mode function. It's like when you have this lamp on in your car, or yeah, it's blinking all the time, and that's the same thing as when you're feeling not good, when you're starting to feel uncomfortable, if you're closing up, and it starts very sensitive, like you cannot even sense the first little impulse of negativity, like closing up feeling, as a reaction onto a wrong thought or a wrong use of your, a misfunction, a misfunctional use. And that's what no one knows. It's so tremendous that we all don't know, and that we always forget about that. Well, if we don't know, we cannot even forget it. So. And even I, knowing it, learned it from all these coaching seminars I had. I didn't know that before. I didn't know so many things about my whole system, my body, how it all works together. That, for 38 years I didn't know all this. You don't learn that in school, which you should, but this knowledge, for some reason, this knowledge it has never been wanted to be in school, I just heard, I should put that in the end, but I had that impulse now. So I just heard lately that the school system that we are all in, it was based to build up military functional human beings, to fight in wars, to not question things, and to just do and just follow, a certain authority. And this is still inside of our schools, of many schools. I know that there are also some, and that's what we have to really look at. I don't want to make you more depressed here. So we do have many schools already that teach a complete different way, that builds up people with a personality, with a strong personality that is not easy manipulative and not easy to deform. So, but yeah, and that's what we all have to be aware of. Anyhow, I want you to have a very nice time now listening to Eckhart's talk, and lean back, take that cup of tea or a warm water, and then make a candle, light on a candle if you like. I have that here right now as well. And then just relax and listen and be inspired by these words. And look forward to the end of this talk. As always, the people knowing me know what comes, and the people that don't know me, go to the end and look what the wonderful gift is that I have to offer for you. So be excited.
It's a dreadful burden on the planet. It's a dreadful... No, the planet is only just... The planet, of course, is an organism which also is an expression of the one consciousness. It has its own consciousness, which is an expression of the one consciousness. So it's only beginning to realize now what the humans are doing, because the planet is a little bit slower, and on the planetary scale, the humans have only been here for a few minutes. So the planet is only just going, what is going on here? Oh, what can I do to get rid of these? Maybe I'll raise the temperature, have a little fever. That's how the human body gets rid of bacteria. Fever, that might work. Or should I make them infertile? That would be the easiest. No, it's a new... When you become free of the illusion that the conditions of the world, whatever happens to you, that they are here to satisfy you. That things should always go the way you want them to go. The conditions are here to bring me fulfillment. It's a big delusion. Conditions are here to challenge you, to frustrate you, and to wake you up. So instead of seeking better and better conditions, you accept the condition of this moment. And paradoxically, that's when very quickly even the outer conditions that are not all that important improve, because power of life moves through you fully now. So that's a practice, the practice of surrender, in which you become very effective. You don't become ineffective through surrender, which is a misconception. Surrender says, right, this is what is, and I might as well say yes to it. I'm verbalizing it, but true surrender, there's no words. It's just, you look at the what is, you perceive, you look, you become the presence. There's a consciousness. You're aware of yourself as consciousness. That's the little secret of self-realization. Space, stillness, consciousness. And you can feel is not the right word, there is no right word. In the background of all that happens, you can feel yourself as the presence in which it happens. We could call that there is a stillness in the background. It's not the stillness of being dead, it's a vitally alive stillness. Here things happen, and there's you're no longer reactive. Responsive, if something needs to be done, yes, but not reactive. So the question is, can you, at this moment, be aware not only of all the things that are taking place right here, externally and internally, but can you also be aware of yourself as the awareness in which these things happen, which is not a thought, nothing to do with thinking. It's a sensing of an aliveness in the background, of things happening in the foreground. And when I say things happening, that includes thought, thinking. Thinking happens in the foreground. But when you are aware of the background as your very own presence, I say your own because it is essentially who you are. It is being. It is the I am, which is timeless. The timeless sense of being in the background. I am, being. I am and being are the same word. To be, I am. First person singular of the verb to be, I am. It is being. Can you sense the very being that you are, and on that level you are one with all beings? This is the level of non-differentiation. And it is that level from where true love comes, true compassion comes, only when you can feel yourself as the underlying I am presence. Now, you can only do it now, because it is now. It is the now in essence. So that's where freedom lies. Freedom from conditions. Conditions will carry on, coming and going, some good, some bad. And that's also where creativity comes in, because through that, the very intelligence that is the I am may manifest through you. That's secondary thing. What it manifests, I don't know. It varies from person to person. What does not vary from person to person is that which underlies the person. That is where the oneness is of all beings. And from there, when you sense that, you can look at a forest and sense, if you go to an ancient forest and sense the sacredness of the forest, in yourself, the very presence that you are, you feel is the very same beingness that is the life in the trees. You feel the life, the one life, because you are the one life. And in whatever manifestation you see the one life, it manifests in billions of forms. In whatever manifestation you see the one life, you recognize it as yourself. And only then can you sense the essence of the forest, or the essence of an animal, or the essence of another human being. And only then is there true connection, and more than connection, a realization of oneness. And it's only then that humans are no longer compelled to fight each other continuously. That's the madness. If you're cut off from that, everything is alien to you. Everything is other, because you only have the form. So there can be no love, there can be no empathy, there's no compassion, no softness. And when you look at a forest, you say, how much does it cost? If we cut all the trees, what will we get? You can't see anything else. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. They don't know who they are. That's why they don't know what they do. So that is the fundamental dysfunction in humans, and it's fine. That too is part of the evolution of human consciousness. The shift in consciousness that is happening is a movement from predominantly thinking human beings to predominantly aware human beings. For several thousand years, humans have been completely identified with the movement of thought. That's how the ego came into being. Alienation, separation, all illusions come into being. Since it happened, it was a necessary stage in the evolution, and we are coming to the end of that stage. Because thinking keeps you trapped in form, because every thought is a thought form. And most human beings are compulsive thinkers, because their sense of identity is derived from the movement of thought. They cannot let go of thinking, because to them it would be equivalent to dying. Who am I if I do not keep reminding myself of myself and my story and my life? My life. It's my life. It's a huge illusion, just those two words. How can you... Do I have life? Then there's life and there's me. If I have life, there's life and me, and I could lose it, and then all that's left is me. No, that can't be right. I have life. That's what people think. They have a life. But of course it's an illusion created by thought. They're separating themselves from life and say, this is life and that's me. I am life. There's no life apart from I. So since I am life, how can I lose life? I am a temporary expression in this form, fleeting, of the one formless life. So thinking is compulsive for most humans, and it is an addiction. The great addiction, much greater than drugs, is the addiction to thinking. Most of which is not only unnecessary, but represents an enormous burden and heaviness in your life. The shift from continuously having to think to experiencing gaps in the stream of thinking. Meditation is wonderful for those who feel drawn to meditation. Not everybody may feel drawn to meditation. Main spiritual practice is daily life. Even for meditators, the main spiritual practice is daily life, as you go about your daily life. And it is there where you experiment with meeting situations rather than through thinking, through awareness.
Yes, thank you very much, Eckhart, for this wonderful talk, this opening up. And I looked, or this talk came into my field today to share with you. And I had another one as well from that guru coming in my field that is exactly about the same thing. about this misusing of our brain system. And actually, if we don't use our brain right, we also don't use our hearts right, or our whole system. We are not using it the way that it was designed, or that it is designed to use it for in a 100% level. You know, we almost all, I don't want to say all, but you know what I mean with, when I say all, I don't mean like each single person that is alive here on this planet. I'm just talking about, when I say all, the general mass of people that we are surrounded with. The ones that can listen to a YouTube channel, they have access to technology, they have access to this economy that many people live in. Oh my goodness, this saying that I'm correct here. Let's take a break here to breathe a little bit, to just arrive here and try to, through your breathing, try to calm down this mind, this brain, the function, to slow it down a little bit, to relax it, to allow it to turn that speed of thought production down. And if you do that, you suddenly will feel that you want to breathe more deeply. And there you go. This is the system that I was talking about. We don't use our whole system in the right way, because if we think too much or just concentrate on that fast, on all these thoughts, then we put the focus away from the correct breathing. We take the focus away from a need of drinking, for example. You forget to drink, which your system needs. We are 70%, it's roundabout percent of water. We consist of water. So this is all something we are not doing well for us, and that's why so many sicknesses and illnesses are out there, and in the way, in our way. We are standing in our way. Our awareness or unknowledge. Unawareness, okay, but how could awareness start? Of course, awareness could start through a heavy life experience, a heavy moment, a huge impact moment in your life that brings you into this awareness. But to me, honestly, and that would be so much more bright, or more soft and more natural, to educate us, to have this knowledge, like every animal shows their little their little ones all the knowledge they have to survive, and we kind of teach the wrong things to our children, to our and it's so strange, because animals, they know exactly, and they are right with what they teach. But what are we doing? we are completely wrong most of the time in teaching our children. I mean, we were meant to, for example, it's an example. Many people were raised up just with authority, power, like a strong feeling of anxiety about your parents and behaving and following rules by anxiety. For example, this is an example I was growing up with. I mean, my dad, he was like, he would hit us if we would be not functioning the way they wanted to, or he wanted us to be functioning. So this is a way of growing up your children. It's not preparing them for this life, to have a successful, good, wonderful life. And I mean, every animal, I like that comparison, but that's because it's very, very nice to compare, to look into nature, how it's meant to be. And I mean, every animal shows their children how things work. Of course, when they are annoyed or if the child or the how do they say the little young animal, if it's like doing too crazy things, then also the parents, the animal parents, would do something to them a little bit more rough. They would become rougher, of course. But how is it when with us humans? We teach in a respectless way often. It's not a loving, caring way. Often, it was maybe. I mean, in some families. I'm not talking about all families, but But this is part of our society. How often we got brought up, and this has to change. This consciousness about so many mistakes that have been taken. I mean, mistakes, wrong paths that have been taken. This has to change, and it is changing. It's really wonderful to see that in these different schools, and also there is so many people that educate themselves and that look for answers, for new answers, for different ways. It's really wonderful. So it's coming more and more. Also, like meditation, for example. There's in England, there is a subject in school that is meditation. How wonderful is that? That you learn to relax your muscles, not just your body muscles, also your brain muscles, to really empower you to load up energy again, to fill up your your batteries again. So, and this was, this is a knowledge that is quite new, in our global society. It is not new in the old native people that are on this planet. They know about that, and they still keep this knowledge alive by giving it, handing it on to their next generations. Yeah, but what type? I mean, honestly, if I could cry now again. How I am grown up, and how terrible this is. I mean, all of us grown up without all this knowledge. We are running in such a triangle all the time, and looking for something that to fill a hole inside of us, not knowing what this hole is and why it is there, and why are we always suffering and feeling bad and feeling lonely and whatever, all these feelings that are there, feeling not good enough, and all this is just coming from this missing knowledge that is not been handed over to us. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it's like a political talk here now from my side. And I hope you can connect with what I'm saying. And I'm a little bit, I'm feeling crazy about that, to be honest. Yeah, it is crazy. And there pops right into my mind, it's a man-made world. Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys out there, I'm really sorry to say that this came into my mind right now, but yeah, this is what it did. What came, I cannot control it. What comes, I can just decide if I let it out or not, but what comes. And that has nothing to do with me. It's all the thoughts, actually, they are produced in a global way, and yeah. Anyway, it's another issue. But yes, it's a kind of unbalance here, of course, between this female and male qualities of being. And you know probably about that the female quality of being is the being, is the just being. It's not the doing. The doing is the male side, and the being the female. And in that being, this is where we can connect to this wisdom, to this knowledge about this consciousness, about this different vibrational state of being. And it's good. We are all coming back to that quality. An era is going to the end. An era of this economy is coming to an end. And then something new will grow, and that is much more female influence. Well, not female. I don't mean the gender female. I just mean the female quality, the skill, like this being skill, where this wisdom, this connection to the universal knowledge that we all have inside, or that is all surrounded around us, and we can just connect to it by being, not by doing. We will never be able to, because then we block ourselves. We block that sensor of receiving this information, this true information for us, for all of us. And actually, I'm just getting also this information that no, it's not like that you have to only through being. But both, you can be both at the same time. You can be being and doing at the same time. Yeah. And that's what Eckhart is also telling. It's exactly what Eckhart is also saying, that you don't have to just be or just do. No, you can be the being in the doing. Yeah. The awareness during each thing you do. If you're writing a poem, or if you're making a talk like me now, or if you're writing a letter, or if you're writing an email, or if you're cooking dinner, the smallest thing you can do in a different way that is more fulfilled with being, with having all senses in this moment. Yeah. I really like, this talk about this correct use of our system, of our gifts we have, of our body, within our body, within our form. I mean, there's not just the body, but also the energy, like the energy fields that are producing all these energy patterns all the time in each moment. Yeah. So yes, go ahead and create new energy patterns. And if you like to do that, you can start. I have a wonderful idea for you. You can start with taking use of a gift I'm offering for each subscriber here on my channel, which is a wonderful coaching session. Yes, one free coaching session for you. I get to know you. I love this, to get to know new people and from all over the world, and I love to give coaching sessions because I love this transformation in this short time. I love to see that. Yeah. But I want to tell you, if you do that, if you want to have this session, please make sure you have not had any substances inside of you. Otherwise, it makes no sense. You will not be able to be aware enough to go through a session. I'm just saying that from experience in the past. And I thought, okay, let's try it anyway. Someone had like a few glasses of alcohol before, and I thought, well, yeah, the person seemed not so like drunk. Yeah, I felt a little bit that the person was a little bit tired, or a bit away. but yes, I really appreciate if you can make it to not have anything in, because it has no impact then. Not the same, not at all, completely not. Yeah, so because it's a really guided coaching session, what we do, so you have to be aware to follow what has to be done, what we are doing, what you are doing. Yeah, so, but yeah, I really look forward to seeing you, to hearing you. We do that via Zoom, so I can see you. Yeah, I have to make sure that everything's fine during the whole session with you, so I need to see you. Yeah, and now I let you go. But before that, remember who you are, and that is the lottery win in your life. So never stop, never forget that, never stop knowing and thinking of it. Yes. Have a wonderful day, week, minute, second. Yes.